just creamed.
This is Wardlow from AEW, and you're watching The Joe Cronin Show.
A wrestling podcast with attitude.
When Raw, SmackDown, WWE, or AEW end, tune in to The Joe Cronin Show. Live on YouTube for review and reaction. Joe Cronin and Jake break down all the action. All of it. The Joe Cronin Show. Your source for wrestling opinions, news, and insanity. A wrestling podcast with attitude. Mature audiences only. Join our community of over 70,000 people. Subscribe free on YouTube to The Joe Cronin Show.
The pit of spikes, death to these certain people that you know, the thoughts that go through the head.
This is the most mature audiences only shit you've ever heard. Period.
I hate your fucking guts.
From Boston. Broadcasting all over the world. Send the soy boys home. 'Cause we ain't gonna sugarcoat shit.
Drop down, let me give it to you.
This is The Joe Cronin Show. Now,
Oh my God, brother.
here's Joe Cronin. Joe Cronin.
Oh my God, brother. Oh my God, brother. Oh my God, brother. Oh my God, brother.
Tear it out, do the same with SmackDown.
Okay, welcome in, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday night. A little bit of a hiccup. I found out that Jake is not going to be here tonight. He is not feeling good today. So unfortunately, Jake won't be with us here tonight on Out of Nowhere. But I've got some news stories. Obviously, there's some things going on that we want to get to. And on top of that, AEW Dynamite obviously just ended. So I'm going to come on here for just a few here, and we'll get into it, man, with everybody. Got a poll up in the chat right now, and it relates to the... I really could have put a fourth thing on here. I could have put, Drew Gulak investigated. So we'll talk about that. WWE is investigating the Drew Gulak situation, which is Ronda Rousey. I told you this the other day. Ronda Rousey has been on a press tour bashing and destroying WWE for whatever reason. Ronda Rousey is just trying to annihilate the WWE. She's been on this just wreaking havoc on the WWE. I think some of it, I understand her frustration, to be honest. Like, some of it. I get Ronda Rousey's frustration with the company and what she might have dealt with when she was there. I'm sure there were problems, and I'm sure that they did it. I'm sure that they sort of helped to destroy her momentum, because I questioned many of the things that they did with her at the time, with Ronda Rousey and everything. But at the same time, Ronda Rousey got to go out there and have these amazingly big moments and sort of put on a pretty good show. I always thought Ronda was like hit or miss. Sometimes Ronda would go out there, be terrible, or not terrible, but it'd be kind of terrible. It'd be like, what the hell is she doing? But other times she'd go out there and she would have like one of the better matches because it was fun and crazy, and she's just all over the place. She'd do that with promos too. She was so wild on the promos that she'd just be all over the place, Ronda Rousey. So, yeah.
Oh my God, brother.
So you could say what you want about the Ronda Rousey stuff. I don't know. But so Drew Gulak is under investigation. Basically what they're saying, and this is what she said too. I mean, she said, I don't know if there's audio of this. I think she just said it somewhere, and it was like always quoted places, that he like touched her drawstring. But I don't know where that audio is.
The sex abuse allegations facing Vince McMahon and the WWE, they are filthy. It's described by Sports Illustrated as the world's most dominant athlete. She is the first American woman to win an Olympic medal in judo and the first woman in...
Here it is.
Is because they know that there will be negative repercussions if they say anything about the company that the company doesn't like. And so everybody's being held hostage by their careers, but since I don't plan on going back there unless they make some very major changes, I feel free to say whatever I want to say, which, I've always felt that way. I don't really... I don't really care if they have me back or not. I can wrestle wherever I want to wrestle, and the truth should be told.
Yeah, and you've always been very outspoken. I mean, like you said, not working there anymore does make it easier, but I sort of get the sense even if you were still there, you would have a hard time staying quiet about something like this.
Yeah, I'm not really, known for being soft-spoken. Bruce Pritchard and another one of the writers, and God.
So weird.
I forgot his name. I can't believe I forgot this guy's name. It'll come back to me. But I was standing there, and this guy that I was like barely an acquaintance with grabs the string of...
You can't forget that you forgot that... You can't believe you forgot a guy's name that you barely were an acquaintance with. It's like you barely were an acquaintance. Why can't I say that word? You barely knew him, but you don't remember his name, so you're surprised about that? I mean, I'm not that, she's talking about, so this is where she's talking about, I guess, Drew Gulak.
Like my sweatpants as I'm walking by. And like nobody, like I wasn't even looking at him, and I can't believe I forgot this guy's name. It'll come back to me. But I was standing there, and this guy that I was like barely an acquaintance with grabs the string of like my sweatpants as I'm walking by. And like nobody, like I wasn't even looking at him, and I looked down the hall, and I was like, I don't know if I can swear on this. Are you gonna believe me? It's a quote, okay? But this guy grabs the string of my sweatpants, and nobody else reacts as if this is abnormal. And he grabs it, and he starts going down the hall, and I'm just like, what the was that? Like, why are you grabbing the string of my sweatpants? If my husband was standing here next to me, would you feel comfortable like walking up to me and grabbing the string of my sweatpants? And nobody around me acted like as if it was abnormal. Like they're like all the guys around me were just like, this is part of the day. And I'm like, if this guy is coming up to me and doing this kind of stuff to me when there's other people around, like what's happening to these other girls when like they're like all the guys. If my husband was standing here next to me, would you feel comfortable like walking up to me and grabbing the string of my sweatpants? But this guy grabs the string of my sweatpants, and nobody else reacts.
So I don't know what's up with this, but apparently, from what I understand, I've already brought this up on the show. I said this last week when this first came out. I talked about what Drew Gulak said. So Drew Gulak apparently, allegedly, I don't really even know where this is. If we can get a clip of it, an audio, and a reaccounting of this. He says apparently that she was coming back from her match, and everybody was like high-fiving and trying to get in there to slap her and, slap her arm, slap her hand, give her a shake, that sort of thing. And that he just tried to reach in there and there was no hand, from her because she was already busy with other hands and people and stuff. So like he reached out and like missed her hand or couldn't get a hold of her hand. So he just like was like, like my hand's like right in front of you. So he like grabbed her string, and allegedly he touched it by accident. But it could be that, or it could be that he grabbed it and was like, okay, tug, like there's your handshake, I guess. It's like it makes me think of the joke in Happy Gilmore when Happy Gilmore sees the Stubbs or whatever, the guy that loses his hand. And so he's like, oh, let me shake your hand. Oh, yeah, you don't got one. Yep. Okay, let me just... He just holds the wooden hand in his hand and shakes it like he's shaking his hand, then gives it back to him. That's what I see. Like, he's like, oh, let me give you 5. Oh, you're not there. Oh, tug, like, I don't know. So he either did that on purpose as like kind of a silly joke, like, all right, I don't know. I put my hand in your fucking...stomach area for a handshake, but you weren't there and you're not giving me it, so it's awkward. Let me grab your the string and I'll tug that. Haha, like okay. Or like a pat on the back, or like you something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like a goofy thing that happens by accident. So there's that. Or it's that he reached out and touched the strings by accident completely. Could be that. That's what he says happened. So I think it could be one of those things myself, or he's a creep, guys. Drew Gulak might be a creep who goes around touching women's drawstrings to initiate a test, right? He could be a sex predator, everybody, where he goes around and what he does is he rubs on their drawstring like that. And if the girl goes, then he knows, like, oh, there might be something there. But if she goes, what the hell are you doing? Then he's like, oh, no go. So it's almost like just cutting right to the chase of, can I hook up with this person? I mean, what other that's why, to me, like, I'm sorry, like, you know what I mean? Believe all women, but, except for the ones that lied about Enzo and got him fired from the WWE. But, this is just a minor thing that I don't understand. Like, it's just something that doesn't make sense. You know, like, it's what? So you're telling me that Drew Gulak is a terrible, creepy person because he happened to grab the strings hanging down on your tights or your gym tights? I guess that's weird, but why would he do that? Or is it more likely that this is a misunderstanding of somehow? Because to me, this sounds like a misunderstanding. At the very least, it's not enough to make me think Drew Gulak really is some creepo. It's weird, but it's a weird story. But I mean, I could be involved in a million weird stories there where I bumped into someone by accident. Or one time I put my hand down and a girl was walking by and I put my hand down in her fucking drink at a place. And I was like, yeah, dude, I don't know. Maybe we'll go over there. And I put my hand down like this and the girl was walking by and like right in her fucking drink, spilt it everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry about that. I am sorry. And she was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I had my hand on my head. I was putting my hand down at my side and you were right on top of me. And I put my hand, and she was like, oh, well, like, what the fuck? And I was like, what did you get? I'll buy you another one. She's like, I don't know. This is weird or whatever. I'm like, well, I'm here with my girlfriend. So it's not about that. I was like, but I feel bad. I still feel like I did it. Like, she's like, it's not a big deal. I'm like, yeah, but you can't drink that. Now my hand was in it. You know what I mean? I was like, here's $10, get another one. And she was like, okay. That was it. But like, is that girl going to go tell a story like, oh my God, I was at a bar and this creep put his hand in my drink. He fucking put his hand in my drink. Like, what the fuck? No, I didn't. I just it was an accident. So I don't know. Like, but maybe Drew Gulak's a weirdo. I don't know. But we're live on Out of Nowhere. I hope you guys can click the like button and stick the thumb way up there, baby. Stick that thumb as far as you can get it, baby. Hey, man, Jake is sick. He could not be here tonight, so I'm sorry about that. I thought he was going to be here. I did not know. I wasn't checking my Facebook messages until late tonight, and I saw that he was sick. So no Jake tonight, but the poll, 232 votes. Wow. So what's the top news story? NYLA Rose banned in Oklahoma, apparently, or at least State Athletic Commission. We're going to read that in a few minutes, which is weird to me. Like, I'm going to talk about why that's very weird. Number 2 news story, Triple H ain't that good, according to many people. Triple H don't deserve credit for nothing. It's whatever. We're going to read or listen to as many things about that as possible. I think that's a bunch of horse shit. Because I think, and I'm going to give you, listen, I'll tell you a bunch of examples of why I don't think that's the right case. And I'm sorry, Cardona, you're the least important guy here. I'm sorry, Cardona, whose name should be Biff Raiden, by the way. Matt Cardona should have gone with the name I would have given him, which is Biff Raiden. He screwed up there. But Drew Gulak investigation, that's number 3. We'll talk about the NYLA Rose in a few minutes here. That is weird. But yeah, this Drew Gulak thing is just bizarre. It's bizarre stuff.
Come on out, you rapist!
Hey, Drew Barr just became a member 52 months in a row. Drew Barr, thank you, man, for becoming a member. You get all the bonus access, all the bonus icon and emoji things, all the behind-the-scenes stuff, everything, the big membership green on Google when you're on a PC. God damn it, Drew. Thank you, man. Much appreciated. I think Ronda sounds unhinged. I'm sorry. I hate to say it, but I don't know if I believe her. This sounds like a reach to me on Drew Gulak. But hey, if I'm wrong, I will bury myself at some point. But Ronda is burying everybody. Ronda is shitting on everybody, dude. She's burying everybody. The WWE like crazy. She hates everything about all of them. And hey, one of the weirdest things, this guy grabbed my drawstring. She's like, yeah, Vince is a sicko. That company's sick. Bruce Pritchard is sick. Vince is sick. Everyone there is sick. And guess what? Drew Gulak once quickly tugged on my fucking gym shorts string, my drawstring, when I was coming to the back. Like, yeah, he didn't shit on my head, and, try to shop me around to all the other wrestlers, nor did he do other stuff, but he did grab my drawstring. That's how sick they are at WWE. Well, he's being investigated internally, I believe, now for that very thing, or it might be the WWE hired an outside group to investigate it, which probably is the case.
Bruce Pritchard and another one of the writers, and
hey, Bruce Pritchard is subscribed to my channel. What's up, Bruce? Hope you're watching. Love ya. Brother love. Boy, did that creep me out when I was a kid. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, why is this guy with a pink face telling everybody he loves them in a white suit, and it's 1988? I was very confused.
God, I forgot
the
his
trauma.
name.
The trauma. She can't even remember the guy's name, but she can remember he grabbed her drawstring, and that was overtly sexual for sure. Man, this reporter asking her questions sucks. The guy sucks. Okay? He sucks.
I can't believe I forgot this guy's
You
name.
suck.
It'll come back to me. But I was standing there, and this guy that I was like barely an acquaintance with grabs the string of like my sweatpants as I'm walking by, and like nobody, like I wasn't even looking at him, and I.
So she wasn't even looking at him. So Drew Gulak says she was coming to the back. She says she was coming to the back. Drew Gulak said he reached out to to give her a hand slap, like good job, like everybody else was doing. Hey Ronda, good job. Hand fives all over the place. She's coming to the back. Hey everybody, had my match. And he reached out to slap her hand and he missed. And then she didn't even see him, which she just corroborated right there. I didn't even see him. He reached out. She didn't see him, so he got no hand. And so his hand grabbed her drawstring instead of a hand. And then he was like, oh, and then he let go. And then she turned and looked at him like, what the fuck? Did you just grab my drawstring? And he's like, yeah. And then she's like, that was weird. Now she's on national fucking outlets everywhere saying that there's something wrong with Drew Gulak because he grabbed my drawstring. But that whole story sounds like it's corroborated as like a misunderstanding. Why are we jumping to a conclusion that Drew Gulak is some kind of sex criminal over this? She's lumping him in with this. Like, why would you think that? Or at least on this on this show right now, why wouldn't Ronda say, I mean, maybe he was trying to do something else and it was an accident. I don't know, but that always rubbed me as weird. I never got it. But like, she doesn't even say that. She's like, they're weird. That's weird. Like, dude, if I was Drew Gulak, I'd be like, dude, I'm going to fucking sue you or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd be like, what? Why are we lumping into me some kind of sex thing? And now there's an investigation. Dude, if I was Drew Gulak and I was innocent of anything here, I'd flip the fuck out and sue people over this. And now I'm investigated? Bro, I'd sue everybody, to be honest, if I was Drew Gulak. Unless I'm employed by the WWE, then I'd be like, okay. And then I'd wait till it's over. I did realize. Now, if I got fired, I'd sue everybody. Because this is crazy.
That was the string of like my sweatpants as I'm I think talked to like Triple H in like the writer's room or something, and I was standing there with Bruce Pritchard and another one of the writers, and God, I forgot his name. I can't believe I forgot this guy's name. It'll come back to me. But I was standing there, and this guy that I was like barely an acquaintance with grabs the string of like my sweatpants as I'm walking by, and like nobody, like I wasn't even looking at him, and I looked down the hall and I was like, I don't know if I can swear on this. Are you gonna bleep me? It's a quote, okay? But this guy grabs the string of my sweatpants and no.
So like again, now if he grabbed her sweatpants almost to be playful or goofy and be like, ha, and he was like, what's up, good match, and she's like, what the fuck, bro, you grabbing my, like, that is kind of weird. You know what I mean? It's like I would call it like a microaggression. You know how they say it's a microaggression. Ooh. This actually might be one, like a microaggression. I don't know what you'd call that. you grab someone's drawstring like a microaggression. Everybody always says that, and it's usually a bullshit thing, but I don't know, bro.
Nobody else reacts as if this is abnormal. And he grabs it and he starts going down the hall, and I'm just like, what the was that? Like, why are you grabbing the string of my sweatpants? If my husband was standing here next to me, would you feel comfortable walking up to me, grabbing the string of my sweatpants?
I want to know what he said after that. Did he say I didn't mean to, or I was just messing around? I don't know. You walk back here, I grabbed your I don't know. Can we ever hear a statement from Drew Gulak besides that it was an accident? I'm so confused. Why didn't they have the camera footage of that in the hallway in the back? By the way, guys, if you want to support the shows, man, and you want me to keep blazing here on YouTube, Super Chat's available. Become a member, or pinned to the top of the chat is the Streamlabs link. All the donation amounts are listed in the description box down below. Do what you want. Have a good time. And Jake is sick. He couldn't be here tonight. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. We'll keep going with this, though. Let's see what else she says.
And and nobody around me acted as if it was abnormal. They're all the guys around me were just this is part of the day. And I'm like, if this guy is coming up to me and doing this kind of stuff to me when there's other people around, what's happening to these other girls when it's not in a hallway or something like that? So that really put me on an edge to not only is this behavior prevalent, but it's so prevalent that people don't even realize it's a problem.
Can you imagine if Ronda Rousey was around in the year 2000, what she would have been dealing with? Her head would explode.
Anymore.
Who was this guy?
Dude, I swear to God, I know exactly what he looks like, and I completely am blanking on his name. Is this part of my concussion test?
Oh my God.
Drew Gulak. That's who it was. Yes. Yeah, I went and confronted him later, and I was like, if I ever hear about you putting your hands on any other woman like this or doing anything like this to me ever again, we're going to have I'm editing myself, all the swear words out. But
she probably would beat up Drew Gulak.
We're going to have a problem. And he was like, no, I'm glad that you said something to me. He just really backpedaled and everything like that. But it just put a really.
Okay. So the back, that's, I had not heard that part yet. So, okay, listen, I'm glad you said something to me, So I think, okay, so now I even more think, if we're believing Ronda here, then I do think that Drew Gulak was doing it to be silly. He was or he was doing it to be rapey, which is that's why there's an investigation. But, dude, to me, it's you're being silly. You're she comes back there, she's not looking at him, so he goes, on her drawstring, choo-choo, good job, a shaking of a hand, you know what I mean? I would, I could see, I don't know if I would do that to Ronda Rousey. I could see doing that to another guy, somebody doing that to me and me doing that to them, or, a guy walks by, you shake you grab his hat and you shake it, you're yeah, good job. Good tug on, good job, whatever. Weird shit like that. People slap people in the ass, stuff like that. So, I don't know. Maybe he did that and he thought he was just being, playful or whatever in a good way. And then she's like, yo, what the fuck? And then he was like, oh, yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't think I should have done that. And then she was like, yo, I'll fucking fight you. And all this other stuff. And now he's like, oh, shit, I'm going to be canceled. So he probably was like, hey, I'm glad you said something, my mistake. Maybe he was honest. Maybe he really was embarrassed and felt stupid and thought he was doing something fun and then realized, oh, shit, I just crossed a boundary with somebody. He wasn't thinking about it like that. So I'm not trying to be a Drew Gulak apologist. I'm just trying to think about all the different things it could be. I don't go right to, kill him! I don't do that. But could he be, a creepo? Maybe. Could be. Or it could be that he just, was being goofy and it was crossed the line for her. And maybe he was crossing the line. I don't know. But I could see what, she's saying, I suppose.
Sour taste in my mouth about the culture there and what's considered acceptable and how to.
I mean,
to
that isn't
touch and
that that really isn't that crazy. It's not like he rubbed her tits or like slapped her ass. Or like, you know what I mean? Like it's a weird thing. Grabbing a drawstring, I mean, we don't really know what that means. You know what I mean? That could be considered a lot of different things. That could be considered playful, could be considered like a weird message. It could be considered something over the line sexual. It could be considered some kind of weird microaggression or something. It could be considered nothing. It could be just considered him being fucking weird. Like, it could be all these different things, and we don't really know the true motive of what it was until we get Ronda and Drew to sit down here together and then speak to them and say, well, Drew, she says that you said, sorry, I'm glad you said something. Why did you say that if you said that? And then he might say, well, I grabbed it by accident, but I was already committed to it. So I was like, oh, like good match. I missed her hand. I did that. And then she yelled at me and I was like, yeah, that's weird. I'm glad you said something. I'm sorry. I've never done anything like that to anybody. I've never done anything to any females anywhere. I've never had a problem. I don't have a record of anything. I'm like usually a good person. It's just a weird sort of misstep, and it's been taken completely out of proportion, but I understand her point of view and how it could be very weird, and I've tried to apologize to her since the moment it happened. I don't know what else to do. So that's you could sit them down and talk to them about it, and that's all you can do at that point. We're going to get into some of this other stuff about Triple H, Matt Cardona, Nyla Rose. That story's up. We got to read this. I guess, I don't know, like the AEW has been warned about this in Oklahoma. So very bizarre stuff. We'll see. Yo, PDG, what's up, dude? Who made the custom belts in the background? I believe it's, let me find out. Hold on a minute, because I forget. I should probably give them the right credit. So I have a show on Saturdays. It used to be on Wednesdays, and then it used to be on Fridays. And I do a show called Monetize This. And on Monetize This, people would always donate since back in 2015, 14. People would always donate to the show, and we give people points on the show. And then eventually by the end of the night, somebody's like the winner of the points. And it's just a fun thing we used to do. And then during Monetize This 100, around the year 2016 or so, 2016, 17, I said, we did Monetize This 100, and it was crazy. And I left my job because YouTube was doing so well. I did YouTube full-time for about 5 years after that. And but around Monetize This 140 or 130 or somewhere in there, I forget when it was exactly, but I was like, let's, instead of just doing points at the end of the night, let's give somebody a championship belt. Let's actually make a belt and give them a belt. So every couple of months, the belt would be sort of defended, and people would donate to everybody on the show, and the person that won would actually win the belt. So this belt has actually been held by several people. This belt has been to Canada, to tons of states, Vegas, New York, Florida, Texas. It's been all over the world, kind of. And it's just sort of legendary for that on my show, Monetize This. There's been over 450 episodes of Monetize This. And then this one over here was a brand new one that was created recently by one of our biggest donators of the show ever, over $25,000. Sith Negan had this custom-made belt made. It's like it's got gold. It's crazy, bro. So that's what's gone on. Luke Rojas is the recent Monetize This champion, and he got a custom belt made for him. So that's what's up with the belts. So if you've never seen my show, go watch old episodes of Monetize This to catch up on what exactly it is. It's very offensively Howard Stern-y craziness plus Opie and Anthony meets the internet, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, it's mostly non-wrestling stuff, though. So there's your little short answer as to what's up with the belts behind me. This one over here, I got at a discount. It was like $200 a long time ago. And, man, that belt went everywhere, dude. That belt has been in, actually several people who won that belt. We shipped this actual belt everywhere. Bro, some of the people who were champion are gone, man. We lost them. They passed away. Some of them, rest in peace to Bobbitt. And just so many people, dude. But, yeah, I believe it's undisputed belts, I think. But I think that's where we've always gotten the belt. But I'd have to double check to make sure. I forget off the top of my head. But I think it's undisputed. But if I'm wrong, I don't want to be I don't want to say the wrong name, but I think it's undisputed. I'll find out though from Sith Negan where he's been getting it. But I think it's them. Let me see. Larry Funk, yeah, rest in peace to Larry Funk. Yeah, Gargut's lit it on fire. That's true. Gargut's lit the belt on fire, for God's sake.
Shit bum.
Oh!
Ed Ferrara sent that bitch NYLA packin'.
Ed Ferrara sent NYLA packin'. Chief Wahoo, thank you for the $5, man. Okay, let's read this Nyla Rose stuff. This is crazy. Chief Wahoo, thank you for the $5, sir. Much appreciated. Boy, do I got to fix that graphic. There we go. There we go. Thank you for becoming a $5 shit bum, Chief Wahoo. That is the top dono of the stream. So far, I think. Thank you, Chief Wahoo. We are crowdfunded here on the Joe Cronin Show. All right, so Nyla Rose, this is weird. What a weird situation with Nyla Rose. There's a lot to say about this. AEW gets a warning from the...
Look at
look at this. Wait a second. Look at his look.
Look at his look, how he looks. Look at his look, he looks like a crook. Look at him, look like he look. Look at his look, that he looks. Look what he looks like, a crook. I'm coming for you, crook in the nook. I'm coming for you, I look like a crook.
And look at his look, how he looks.
Look at his look, how he looks. Look at his look, how he looks. Look at his look, how he looks. Look at his look, you get shook. Look at his look, you getting shook. Look at his look, how he looks.
Look at his look, guys.
Look at his look, he looks like a crook. Look at his look, you're getting kind of shook. Look at his look, how he looks. Look at his look, you get shook.
Ronda is a cunt. She's trying to stay relevant. I guarantee she has a stinky pussy and she's just pissed off. She's boring as fuck and could never get over.
Oh my God, bro. Holy crap. Who was that just said that? Oh, that was Bone Dog. What up, Bone Dog? How you doing? Good to see you, bro. More money. Yeah, what a night. What a night. What a day, man. What a stupid day this is. Anyway, Boner, thank you for the $10. Oh boy. Let me just send some more money to somebody. Hold on a second. How do I send this? Fucking ridiculous. Why the fuck do I have to pick this? Jesus Christ. What was I saying? What was I saying? Oh, yeah. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Somebody donated. Boner donated. Ronda is cunt. She trying to stay relevant. I guarantee she's got stinky. Oh, yeah. And she just pissed off. She's bored. She's boring and could never get over. I thought she did all right, you know. I thought Ronda Rousey did all right, but this is weird press from her. Like, she's going around, like, burning people like it's, like she's Bret Hart or something, like, whatever. But she was only in the company for what, like five years of Ronda? Not even. Like, between when she first showed up to when she actually really started wrestling, I mean, like, there was like a 5-year period of Ronda. You know, from WrestleMania 31 to like WrestleMania 38 or 9, whatever. I don't know. So, but there was only like 5 years of her actively wrestling here or there, right? And she's going around like she, you know, I don't know, bro. But interesting, I guess. I mean, they're shooting and that, but see, nowadays, the best thing about nowadays, back in the day, people would shoot on people. Oh, the wrestling fans would all gobble it up and be like, "This is crazy. Oh my God, this interview's nuts." You know, it'd be like he'd be in the back locker room, he'd stab people and stuff like that, and nobody would mention it anywhere. Nowadays, though, when wrestlers go and do shoot interviews, they go on news outlets and places like that, and they do a shoot, and they say that like 3 of the people they worked with were pedophiles, and 2 of them were rapists, and 1 of them was an abuser, and this is what happened to me. And then the whole internet picks up on it because there's the whole cancel culture crazy thing now. So everything becomes like an investigation and a real like legal issue. Like it's like the world is so weird, different now. I mean, not that it was good before, because like, hey man, if you're telling me in a VHS shoot video that somebody used to, you know, stab people or beat people to, you know, and suffocate people in the back, or like poison people's stuff, or like, you know, do crazy things. Like, I mean, what the hell? Like, they're not going to be in trouble for that? What the hell kind of world is this? So, you know, but now it's like somebody tells a story and the next thing you know, they're investigated, you know? So it's like, but there was no investigation back then? Why wasn't there an investigation back then? And why didn't she tell someone back then? And why, what's going on here? I'm so confused, you know, to be honest. Vegas 9/11 hacked and down. What does that mean? What is Vegas 9/11? I don't even know what that is. Is that something I know about? Is that something I should know about? Well, yeah, man. Today has been a mess of a day, bro. I didn't realize, you know, I don't know. But yeah, let's read this NYLA thing. Sorry, the thought about the dono. AEW gets a warning from Oklahoma State Athletic Commission. This is kind of crazy, I guess. Oklahoma State via Wrestling Inc. This is crazy. A spat of laws discriminating against transgender athletes has popped up in numerous states throughout the country. But I just don't get. I'm reading from the news article, by the way. Missouri, Oklahoma. AEW has found itself in trouble with the Oklahoma State Athletic Commission over the company's recent event in Oklahoma at the end of 2023. According to OSAC, they've issued a warning to AEW for including Nyla Rose, who wrestled Alejandra Lyon during the December 20th, 2023 event, the promotion's first in-state. Sean O'Leary has the minutes of this past January's meeting in which the OSAC repeatedly misgendered, they say, Rose, as they discussed her appearance at AEW Dynamite, which violated Oklahoma's 2021 law against transgender athletes competing against cisgender athletes. This whole article sounds like a woke person wrote it, by the way. The commission opted to only give AEW a warning, with the caveat that further punitive measures could be handed out. The commission had been tipped off by an unnamed wrestling promotion that had dealt with similar warning, so that wrestling organization dealt with a warning, so they told on AEW. Rose commented on the commissioner's minutes, jokingly suggested she would find the dastardly transgender, referring to herself. AEW currently has no announced dates for Oklahoma in the foreseeable future. Wrestling Inc. has reached out for a comment. Nobody has heard about this. Nobody knows this is a real thing. Why is this a thing when wrestling isn't legitimate? What? Wrestling isn't an actual thing. It's not an actual competition. Why does this fall under that umbrella? Now, even to this day, state athletic commission people have to sometimes show up in certain states to be at the event, and they have to be sent medical records apparently and stuff like that, which is weird. You would think that all died out in the 80s or back in the day. No, they still do this stuff. Why in the world is this a thing? I don't understand why this is a thing. Like, do you not want transgender women competing against other women in sports? That's understandable. If you think a transgender woman who was a guy, now is a woman, apparently, is competing in a sport against other females, that's dangerous. I can see what they're talking about. But this isn't that. This is wrestling. It's not real. This is like if Peter Pan used to be, a lot of times back in the day in plays, they would cast Peter Pan as a girl. A little girl would play Peter Pan, or could play Peter Pan. Sometimes they'd cast a boy, sometimes they'd cast a girl. But back in the day, it was done frequently that would happen in plays in school and stuff like that. It's like, is the commission going to go tell them you can't cast a girl as Peter Pan? It's not like Peter Pan is a girl. He's still Peter Pan, but a girl's playing him because they figure they could get away with it. They did it back in the day all the time. They had a guy play an Indian guy in Short Circuit. The guy's not Indian, but he played an Indian guy. I don't have a problem with those sort of things, really. Other people do. Oh, my God. I don't care. But this isn't a real competition. So why is Nyla Rose being warned that she can't compete in a fucking wrestling show? It's not real. It's not a real sports competition where somebody could actually get hurt because of that. I mean, they could, but like anybody could be hurt. You have like 500 pound. The logic makes no sense. You could have the Big Show Paul White go out there and wrestle a guy who's 5'4", and he could wrestle Danhausen. The Big Show could go wrestle Danhausen and kill Danhausen by accident. It doesn't matter. You could overpower and kill Danhausen. It doesn't make a difference. Paul White, Big Show, is gigantic. So now you're telling me that the Big Show shouldn't be wrestling Danhausen? Well, then then you shouldn't have chairs either, because somebody could get hurt by steel chairs. And you shouldn't have barbed wires. And you shouldn't have real glass, because somebody could get cut and die. So who cares? I don't think that I'm not down with like men, whatever, competing in women's sports, but why does Nyla Rose in trouble for this? You may hate Nyla Rose. I don't even care, to be honest. But like, why? What the fuck? This doesn't make any sense. It's not really a sport. It's crazy. Joe, you're exposing the business. I'm sorry. Murderhausen. Rio is pregnant. Wow. Oh my God. Dude, Rio is pregnant? Are you serious? Oh my God, bro. Rio is pregnant. Yo. Do you guys know what this means? Oh my God, no. Do you guys know what this means? Oh my God, Kenny Omega's going to jail. Oh my God, no. Kenny Omega's going to jail.
I've been going to wrestling shows for over 30 years. Never in all that time have I ever felt, until last Sunday, that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
Joe. Woman hater. CCTV conspirator. Fuck you.
Tony Schiavone, thank you for the $3, Tony. Oh, it's not Rio, it's Ruby. Okay. Ruby Riot is pregnant. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Ruby Riot is pregnant, not Rio. Okay, thank God. Kenny's safe, everybody. Kenny Omega's safe. Okay, whew. Kenny Omega was watching this stream tonight from the recovery room, and he spit his fucking applesauce all over the place.
Super chat
party. Oh, my God.
Stu Hart reviews another vid of his granddaughters.
Stu Hart, oh my God, Stu Hart is back at it again on Botch Club on Instagram. Hey, fucking look at that there. Look at her titty there. Oh, man, pollute the gene pool there. Hey, oh, God, yeah. That's what, you can see more of Stu Hart on Botch Club's Instagram channel. Thank you for the donation. Unbelievable.
Duncachino? Don't mind if I do.
Haystacks, Monet.
Duncachino.
It's a whole new game.
Duncachino.
You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
If I were I call Oklahoma's bluff sorta. Go to Oklahoma and promote NYLA in an intergender match. But make it against a guy. Checkmate cause match would follow their guidelines and get a pub.
Right? Oklahoma's bluff sorta. Yeah. I don't know, man. You think Oklahoma's just bluffing, Haystacks Monet? Maybe Oklahoma's just trying to keep the kayfabe, right? Oklahoma is like, yo, maybe Tony Khan asked them to do it. Maybe Tony Khan was like, hey, Oklahoma, you got this transgender ban thing that's going on. Like, we have a woman, Nyla Rose, competing. You know, if you guys don't do something, this is going to look like we're not real. Can you guys, like, put out a statement and like, keep it real or something? And so Oklahoma was like, yo, we got you, Tony Khan. We got your back. So they put out the statement. Oh, my God, that's genius. You're right. It's Tony Khan and Oklahoma working together. Holy shit, it's just them keeping the kayfabe. You're right. That's amazing. You know what? You got me, Oklahoma. You got me, bro. They're just keeping kayfabe. Holy shit, I never thought of that. That is fucking awesome. Why didn't I think of this? That's why there's no real fine either. Because they're just trying to, keep the kayfabe. So they said something like, yo, hey, no transgender women, in our state, the law. And so that's what, oh my God, bro. That is awesome. I had no idea. That is fire, bro. Why didn't I think of that? That is so cool, bro. Oh, man, that's so good. I didn't think about that. I have a whole different outlook on it now. Good job on you, Oklahoma. God damn it, that's good. Haystacks Monet, thank you for the 1270. Haystacks.
I'm gonna leave this briefcase right here. I'm gonna leave this briefcase right here. I'm gonna leave this briefcase right here. I'm gonna leave this briefcase right here.
Oh my God, it's a bomb.
I'm gonna leave this briefcase right here. Son, run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch. Run, you fucking fat bitch. Don't you think I'm a fucking terrorist?
Grizzly Smith was a pedo. The hell? Allegedly.
Run, you fat bitch.
Did you hear about Joe Biden? He's losing his mind. Take him a while the top, and I don't mean it in a laughing matter. I think Trump's gonna beat him.
Did I hear about Joe Biden losing his mind? Did you hear that the grass outside is green? Allison Tuckwa, baby. Allison.
Hey, Bullfrog is a moron.
Allison, thank you for dropping the biggest dono of the night.
Brian Hummel Himmelcock.
Shout out to Brian Hummel Himmelcock. We'll never see him again. Marcy Mark, thanks for the $3. Shout out to the Himmel God if he's out there. Yeah, Allison, I think everybody's heard about Biden. I don't think he can formulate words anymore. I want to see, you know what? Just let Biden and Trump fight each other, like an actual fight. Like put them in a UFC octagon for like charity. Wouldn't that be amazing, dude? Like you put them in the octagon, and then like whoever gets the first knockdown then gets to use a weapon. Like, can you imagine the entertainment? And like it's sponsored by all these billionaires, you know? Like every time Trump lands a punch, Elon Musk donates $1 million to like world hunger stuff. Or like, and Bill Gates is like, yo, every time Biden lands a punch, like he donates $1 billion or something else. And there's just this amazing fight, you know, between these two elderly people. It'd be so crazy. What a time. That's how you decide it. You know? Or like whoever wins gets an extra 10,000 votes, like in any state they want. Just do that for the presidency going forward. It'd be crazy. Oh my God, there could be some good battles. There could be some good battles. Marcy, thank you for the $3. So, I should run for president. I really should. I'm starting to think I should just do that. I'll never, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to run. Put me out. Put me in, coach. I'm going to tell my wife, hey, you know what? Forget everything. I'm running. Hillary on a pole match. So Nyla Rose, that's a weird situation, but there you have it. I don't know. Matt Cardona apparently is injured. We heard about this a couple of days back, you know, that he might have hurt it. I think it was a shoulder that we'd heard about. By the way, tonight AEW Dynamite was like all right. I'd probably give it a 5.5. I guess maybe. Cardona's injured. We don't know exactly what happened. Matt Cardona has informed them he suffered a torn pectoral muscle and will require surgery. So Matt Cardona's let a whole bunch of promoters know that he's injured. So there you go. He's going to be out a long time, actually. That sucks. Hopefully, during the recovery, I don't know, he can create a podcast, like a active podcast, or go to autograph signing things and stuff like that. You know, keep the money flowing the right way, and comes up with something he can do, because that's going to be a tough time. You know, he's going to be out. God, man, he really was rocking the indies too. You know. So that's too bad. That's a momentum killer a bit for him. First Lady Leah. Yeah, that'd be crazy, huh? Imagine that. Leah is the first lady. Imagine Mustafa. Imagine our co-host Rastafa. Money. Rastafa with $500,000 in the bank. Incredible. That we've been working with him all these years, and I didn't know how rich he was. You know? I got to start working for George Soros. I got to start doing this stuff. George, if you're out there, dude, I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to abandon everything I believe in. George Soros, if you're listening, I have a huge following. I am ready to go out and do things for you, to do whatever I got to do, George. Please have your people reach out to me. I could coordinate some crazy shit. I'm ready to sell my soul, brother. I really am. I'm tired of this life. I'm tired of living week to week, not knowing what's going on, trying to live by commission, selling roofs all across New England. I had to go back to work recently, George Soros, and do a sales job. And if I don't sell, I don't eat. And if I don't do well on YouTube, I don't eat. And I'm sick of the anxiety. I'm sick of the worry. I'm sick of the ups and downs of I had a great night. I had a bad night. I don't know. I'm sick of it. George, I am willing to do whatever you want. Fire's on the table. Planting things is on the table. Masks are on the table. Antifa is on the table. BLM stuff, whatever you want, George, I will do it. Please reach out, or your son, or some of those groups that also paid Rastafa. I need your help. So please reach out to me. I'm ready to do it, especially all you people out in California. I know you guys, let me tell you something, bro. I know how to organize stuff. So reach out to me and I'll get whatever you need done. Done, if you know what I mean. But because I want to live that life, okay? I want to live that life where my life is so taken care of. I have $500,000 in the bank. Because, dude, if I had $500,000 in the bank right now, I would just loosely do YouTube, and then I would just go around playing gigs, playing music. Play music around, and I would just go hang out with my kids everywhere and do everything with my kids all the time. And I just do this little show here to take care of some of the stuff. And just freaking Rastafa. Hey, welcome. I would just celebrate music. That's why Rastafa's so easy going. He's not gonna worry. Got $500,000 in the bank. Funded by Soros. Boom. What up, Brian Alex? Yeah, I got to be careful. You might take me. Might take me in the middle of the night. What happened to Danhausen? I don't know. I haven't seen him on AEW much at all. But Danhausen, I've seen him on Twitter and things like that. Well, didn't Danhausen get in trouble for something too recently? We talking about Drew Gulak with Ronda Rousey and that sort of thing. But yeah, didn't Danhausen get into some kind of trouble as well? I want to say that Danhausen did something, or that people were saying that Danhausen did something. There was some kind of thing. If anybody knows what it is, hit it in the chat. Jesus Christ. How many likes do we have here? 300. We had 400 people watching. How many fucking likes do we have? You got to have 250 likes to really get rolling. You know? We have 400 people here. What do we got? We got 130 likes. Okay. We're not doing well in the like department. That's okay, but we're not doing very well. We're doing all right, I guess. Joe about to join the Nation of Islam. He's friends with Punk.
Super chat party.
That's true, but something happened, though.
George Soros, unsubscribed.
What up, Julio Guzman? Julio, I love you, brother. Imagine if Julio Guzman really unsubscribed because of the joke about George Soros. Imagine that. Oh my God, bro. One of the only guys that donates a lot. He leaves because of Soros. Now I really need Soros. Help! Help! That would be so funny. Oh yeah, so let's play this. So Ruby Riott is I guess pregnant. Congrats to Ruby Riott. Who got her pregnant? Someone said Eddie Kingston's son got her pregnant. I didn't even know Eddie Kingston had a son. What is this?
I'm pregnant.
Is this an angle, or did she really bring him out here to say this? This is some weird shit if she brought him out there and he didn't know about it.
Angela, I'm pregnant.
He's like, well, you're the second girl that's told me that this week.
I know that it's soon, and I know that we just started this.
Oh my God, no. Oh my God. This is, I know that we just met a week ago, but guess what? This is weird.
And I know I just disappeared, but I didn't know how to tell you.
That's got to be planned. I mean, he must have found out, and then they talked and they were like, "Oh my God." And then they're like, "Okay, well, let's do this out in the ring." I'm assuming. I can't believe that's really spontaneous. If it is, that's unbelievable, but wow. All right. So Ruby Riott is going to be gone. Another one gone. If you're a wrestler, don't you I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell. I don't know what to say, but if you're a woman wrestler, unfortunately, you have to be, you're also a woman, so you're dealing with being a mother, a grower of a human being. So that happens a lot to a lot of women, and it kind of derails their careers a lot of times. So that's an unfortunate, it's not an unfortunate thing, but it's an unfortunate thing for women that they have to, their careers take this weird other path. So sometimes you'd be like, oh man, I mean, I know people are going to be out there being like, well, why wouldn't you be on the pill then if that's the case? Or why wouldn't you do, like, what are you doing? I don't know. You'd have to ask her. Everybody's different. Everybody makes their own decisions. But yeah, she'll be off TV for 10 months now. And then on top of that, you know, she'll be raising a kid for a few. So you're not going to see Ruby Riott. I mean, you didn't see her anyway, so does it really matter anyhow? But you didn't see Ruby Riott at all anyway for the last year, really. And now you're definitely not going to see Ruby Riott for over a year. So Ruby Riott as a wrestler has gone to hell. Ruby Riott as a human sounds like she's living a great life. You're in AEW, you're signed to this deal, you got a boyfriend, and now you're going to have a child, you're going to be a mom. Ruby Riott, the person, is having a fire life right now. Awesome. But Ruby Riott, the wrestler, just dead career for the past year and now for the next year. And will she go forward in the future or raise the kid? You don't know how a woman's going to feel about that once the kid's born. So Ruby Riott, the wrestler, wonderful. Ruby Riott, the person, I don't know. Positive Man in the chat says it's an angle. Maybe it's an angle. Maybe it's not real. But man, I'll tell you, what a vignette when she came to this company. What a vignette. Maybe they are really dating. I don't know. I have no idea. They could be really dating. I have no clue. No clue about what's going on with them. But, you know, they did a pregnant thing off air in the building, off cam. I would assume it's not an angle since it was after the show, or Maybe it was for Ring of Honor. I don't know how they film stuff now, so I'm not sure. As far as Triple H goes, I'm going to hold off on the Triple H story a little bit tonight because I didn't know that Jake wasn't going to be here, and I really wanted Jake to be here for that discussion. It was a lot of it was his idea, and then I went and looked into it and stuff like that, so I am going to do that, but I'm going to try to save it for when Jake is around. But I will get into it a little bit here. It's just that people are saying, that, Triple H doesn't deserve the credit as much. The bloodline was already in motion before Triple H and stuff like that. But here's the thing. I don't agree 100. I mean, I agree a little bit that, like, there's other people that got this ball rolling before Triple H. Yes, I do agree with that. No one's saying Triple H invented the whole bloodline thing and all the other stuff. It's what he did with it going forward that's been good. But also, the reason why I have the confidence that, Triple H is doing a good job is because I have countless and multiple examples of Triple H doing good things. For instance, Keith Lee, when he went to the main roster and was handled by Vince and Pritchard or whoever, trash. Keith Lee was handled like trash, and Keith Lee was trash. Keith Lee went to AEW, he's trash. But Keith Lee under Triple H felt like a big deal. Felt like an important player. Triple H knows how to make Keith Lee look good. Triple H knew how to make certain other people look good as well. But they went to AEW, trash. Vince McMahon treated them, trash. So there's people that Triple H can make into a bigger star. And we also know that Triple H has had a successful run as the guy behind NXT. The guy put NXT on the map. Now NXT is dead as far as I'm concerned. So I believe that, that's why I don't believe myself. The people that say, Triple H is a fraud or Triple H really hasn't done much of anything. That's crazy. Like, are some people overblowing Triple H that he's this crazy thing? Okay, maybe, but the guy, Triple H, like, he does the press. He helps out with the booking decisions. He puts people in the right roles. He gets the stuff set up from go to the end of the day. The guy is like going nonstop, Chris Jericho, like. The Triple H is on it, bro. The storylines, the ideas, the stuff is all synced up very, very well and well thought out. The guy, I don't know how you could say he's a fraud. That's crazy to me. I don't think he's a fraud. Is he maybe get more credit than he deserves? Okay, maybe about some things. I don't know. Maybe, but Jesus Christ, bro. Let's not give the guy his flowers or whatever they say. Like, what? Why? Did you just watch WrestleMania? It was maybe a year ago. Like, people were giving Triple H a ton of credit, but, McMahon had come back and they had put plans into motion. And, Pritchard and Triple H had to carry out certain things that were already in place at times. But this past, 6 months, it's been clear that Triple H has taken over, and been like, okay, it's your thing. And when Triple H got sick and Triple H almost died, and he was sick, they raped NXT. They took NXT from him. They took over NXT and they reimagined it and reshaped it in the image they saw fit and destroyed everything he did. But Triple H was so worried about his real life, he didn't care. He wasn't thinking about it. He was thinking about my family, my life. Holy shit, I got to do this. And while they raped and pillaged and destroyed NXT, he kind of was like, okay, do whatever you want to do. I got to figure this out. And then he comes back and probably went, Jesus Christ, what did they do? But okay, I guess we go from here. And then Vince McMahon gets taken out with everything that happened. And then, TKO and The Rock and everybody who owns Nick Khan reached out and said, you know what, Triple H, it's all yours now. Go. It's your turn. Fuck that guy and what he did to you, and fuck what he was doing, and fuck this whole thing. It's your shit now. You're the adult in the room. It's yours. And that was like, what, 3 or 4 months ago or so? So now he really is doing it all. Even though he was kind of doing a lot before, he was already doing it all in a way, but he's really doing it all now. And now they're telling you, Triple H era, it's the Paul Levesque era. Like, they're all saying it. They're all behind him because he's got the blessing of everybody. And they all said, that's it, your turn. Enough of this shit. Your turn, Triple H. And that's only been in the last 3 months or so. Do you know what I mean? So, no, I mean, to say that he didn't start it all, yeah, but he finished it well. So we'll see how he does going forward. Anyway, that's all I got to say. I guess that's it. I'll see you guys some other time. See you Saturday night.
Oh my god, brother.
By the way, thanks to everybody who came and hung out on my Twitch stream earlier tonight on twitch.tv/evilspectrum3. Twitch.tv/evilspectrum3 for the people that didn't know, but thanks for hanging out on the Twitch stream earlier.
Oh my god, brother.
Purple penis.
Yeah.
This is?
Trying to sort of figure it out. 248, hello.
Well, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, you know who this is?
I don't. You sound depressed, but how are you?
Yeah. Hey, you know who Nightbot is?
Nightbot is like a program that's a mod.
It's not a program.
Cryback is just mad that no major promotion
person?
wants him.
You know, it's really funny that you idiots have this show because I'm going to tell you something. I'm shutting down the McMahon family. They owe me a lot of money. And Nightbot is Stephanie McMahon. And Stephanie McMahon is a man. And he's got a purple penis. Did you know that, boy?
No, but I do now.
I'm telling you, you are fucked. And they are fucked. And you are all being dragged to hell, sonny boy. So you get ready for that. You got it, punk?
Wait, does she really have a purple penis? How did you find out about this? 'Cause-
Yeah, I have pictures of Stephanie Sean McMahon's purple dick, and it's sickening.
That's gross.
And she calls me every fucking day and bothers the fuck out of me because she's an idiot and she's the devil. And Vince McMahon is the devil, and that's why all these wrestlers die. And I am taking them back to hell, and I'm never letting them out again.
Well,
you got that?
Listen, hey, you got to do what you got to do. What
You think this is all this shit is just happening because it's happening? You think Trump is this and everything? This is a showdown. You're being judged. You are all being judged. And you get to God, you have to go through the devil.
Are you the Vegas? Are you the Vegas shooter?
I'm just letting you know this, Joe, because you need to know. But you already know all these things, Joe, don't you?
I think so. I mean, the purple cock thing, I definitely knew about that one. That's the one that I know.
In fact, I'm pretty sure you're one of the voices that have called my house a few times, aren't you, Joe?
No, I don't even know who you are.
Yes, you are.
Who are you?
Yes, you are, Joe. You hang out with Stephanie, don't you, Joe?
I wish I did. I would like to be in WWE, but she won't hang out with me. No, she won't hang out with me. I wish she would.
You mean he won't hang out with you?
That's right. It, right? Because, I mean, really, she could be Nephilim, to be honest.
Well, it doesn't matter. You know, I've given the motherfucker so many chances that it's ridiculous, and I'm sick of it. And the show is over. And I'm going to tell you something else about the WWE.
Yeah.
It's a fucking drug mule. All the drugs that go to everywhere, every place in the fucking world are brought to you by the McMahon family. Every death and despair and sex and slave trade is brought to you by the McMahon family. Everything that is bad in the world today is brought to you by the McMahon family, and you fucking work for them, boy. You are going right to hell with them.
All right, well.
Goodbye.
I'm going to hell, bro. Oh, my God. What the fuck? Hey, somebody send that call to the FBI. Oh, my God. What the fuck was that, bro? I'm going to fucking die, dude. Wow. What a bombshell, man. I mean, I work for WWE. I wish I did. I mean, maybe I don't now if they're trafficking kids. I mean, wow. Wow. Man, WWE is fucking evil. Like, they are evil, man. Trafficking kids, crack cocaine and drugs, and Stephanie's purple cock. Like, there is so much going on there that I just don't even, I don't know if I can quite deal with all of that. That sounded like more hostile Jesse Ventura. That's true. You know, Jesse Ventura said some of that, to be honest. That caller, man, you know, he might be onto something. Jesse Ventura has definitely said that before, you know? I've never said that ever, Joe. All I've ever said is that 9/11 was an inside job. That's what I'm saying. Here's the other thing. 9/11's down, Joe. Did you know that? You know, soon they're letting all the illegals in the country, and there's going to be 5,000 criminals in every single state, and they're going to execute Order 66. And now 911 is going down tonight, Joe, and there's going to be some killings, if you know exactly what I mean. Don't you know what's happening tonight, Joe, with all the 9/11 outages? There's a major issue. I told you about McMahon years ago. Nobody listened to me about 9/11. Now I live in Mexico. What's wrong with that? McMahon knew all about it.
Super Chat Party.
Sounds like Lance Storm.
It does kind of sound like Lance Storm. Thank you, Julio Guzman. Become a patron on patreon.com/JoeCronin. Good night.